through a special biofilter.
Wow, this is the most extraordinary place. So I don't know what this... Well, it looks like bark. Is that what it is?
Yes, it is. It's pine bark, yes.
Right. And how deep does it go, then?
It's about 3 metres. Gives it a...
This filter uses bacteria living on the bark to break down the odour-producing gases.
And it smells a bit like sort of rainforest or moist wood.
That's
it's
right.
not like it's not an unpleasant smell. It's quite pleasant.
That's right. It's very moist, the air that we're extracting anyway.
Right.
So that's exactly what
So
you
that
get.
keeps it moist, so it's not likely to dry out.
No,
then.
not at all, especially in the English summers.
Yes.
The filter produces no toxic waste, and what's more, it lasts for years. Back inside the hall, the compost has been rotting away for 8 days, kept at a constant temperature above 60 degrees Celsius. But to ensure this slow cooking has killed off any nasty germs, the compost now needs to be turned before the whole process is repeated. That means it's time to bring out a monster mechanical compost turner. It's a kind of cross between a giant rotavator, a lawnmower pumped up on steroids, and a dinosaur with steel teeth. It's operated by driver Gary Taylor.
Yeah, these bits are revolving backwards towards
Right.
you. And basically, as the pile falls over, it's scourgitated, brought in, and sent up the conveyor
Right.
out the back of the machine.
And then what are the frightening chainsaw bits at the side? What
These
does that
are
do?
just to assist to actually cutting through. The piles are around about 2 metres, so this has to be capable of actually trying to push that amount of tonnage,
Right.
and then gurgitate it through, and then spit it out the
Spit it out
back,
the back.
creating the pile behind it again.
So is it quite difficult to drive?
It can be at times.
Do you reckon I could even do a bit, just have a go just here, so I don't
you can.
damage anything? Can I? Thank you.
So with the promise of getting to drive this beast, it's time to get changed into our overalls and breathing gear and set to work. The machine's a bit like the mole from Thunderbird 2, and its ferocious jaws chomp their way through the lines of compost. So when it comes to my turn to take the wheel, I just pray I don't lose control and wind up boring a hole through the side of the shed.
I'm going in. Oh, it's nice and cool in here. That's a relief. Yes. Now, you're going to be able to squeeze in there.
Oh, we'll just about, hopefully, somewhere.
Fortunately, while it's like an oven inside the composting hall, I'm pleased to discover that the inside of the cab is fully air-conditioned, so I can chomp my way through the compost in comfort. After a few minutes under Gary's watchful eye, I've started to get the hang of things, and soon I'm churning up the lines of compost with abandon.
I don't think I've broken anything yet. I'm really hoping not.
Once turned, the compost will sit in the hall for another 8 days before it can be moved into deeper piles to rot down for another week or so.
Wow.
That is amazing. It's so lovely and cool in the cab. Then you open the door. It's stinking hot. It's just unbelievable.
Just 4 weeks after the process began, the compost is taken from the hall and given a final screening to remove any remaining contaminants such as bits of glass, plastic or metal. It's then mixed with soil to add structure and, like a cheap wine, matured for just a few more weeks before it's ready to serve.
Now, when you threw away the remains of your Sunday dinner, you probably thought you'd never see it again. And yet a few weeks later, your leftovers have been turned into delicious food for a whole new crop of vegetables. Brilliant. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go and have a shower.